right, she's a world-renowned psychic. Her name is Angelina Diana. She's been all over Connecticut radio for decades. She's also a board member of the Forever Family Foundation, which is a non-profit thing that you do. You can find her on Facebook, facebook.com/Angelina Diana, spelled just like you would normally do it. She has satellite offices in New York, all throughout Connecticut. Thank you for coming to the show today, and thank you for volunteering your time to try to help me find my wedding ring.
Well, you know, it's really a rough situation. I'm going to do all these golf things, I think. It's a rough situation to be in, isn't it? Did you spend a lot of time in the rough?
I did spend a lot of time in the rough.
Yeah, that's the first thing I was sensing with you. You know, it's just like I'm doing my best for charity, but man, I'm not good with the golf game.
No, I was horrible.
Yeah, and I think that you know, it's really interesting. There's a male figure around you. Is there a grandfather figure past for you?
There is a grandfather figure that passed for me.
I have to tell you, he was like a very inventive kind of guy. Worked with his hands a lot, right?
He did. He was a guy who worked a lot in the yard and made us work with him.
Okay. So I really feel like you need to talk to him to also help you find the ring, because he was a family guy.
Yeah.
Very connected to family.
It's very true.
And so are you too. And if your wife is listening, please know he did not lose the ring on purpose. Even though there's been a lot of teasing in your house about it, right?
There has been. She thinks I took it off on purpose to pick up chicks, and I did not.
And it's not true, because I feel that from your grandfather that you do take after him. He had heart issues, right?
He did.
Yeah,
holy hell, you're going to make me cry.
Yeah, it's okay. But I'm just telling you, I really feel him around you, so I want to validate his presence.
Wow.
And I can tell you right now that that ring is not at the golf course. I feel like you were nervous about losing it. You were washing your hands somewhere, and it slipped around a sink or wet area. So you have to think about what you were doing before the golf game, before you actually got on the course, because that's where the ring is. You have to think about that. Okay, so the 8.5 hours I spent there with a metal detector was useless. That's right. although, were you nervous about playing?
I was, yes.
Yeah, okay. Now, did you keep on going in and out of the men's room there?
Yes, stop!
Is that true?
I didn't want to play. I wasn't expecting to play golf that day. I was there to work for the American Lung Association.
And that's the psychic thing I'm feeling about you. So you need to actually look around the men's room, around the sink area. That's what I'm sensing. And I have to tell you that your grandfather makes me feel like there's either an honoring of the name, or there's a name honoring between the two of you.
My grandfather's name is David, and my name is David.
Okay, so
what the hell are you doing to me right now, Angelina?
I'm not doing
Stop it!
It's your grandfather that's doing it. You have to recognize that mediums, when they do the work, they're just a microphone to the other side. That's why radio is kind of like an analogy for me. I love doing radio because you don't see the person when you're connecting with the other side, and in radio it's the same thing too.
This is very emotional. My grandfather died of a heart attack December 31st, 1991. He wasn't 1999. He wasn't Y2K compliant. We always joke and say. And his name was David, and he was a family-first man, like to the point.
Right.
Wow.
But I really want to. I've never had the honor of meeting you. This is the first time. I've never met your wife, but I want to tell her that it was an accident. He didn't do it on purpose, and he's a family guy, and he's really connected to you. I sense that. You know, so if she's listening, relax. I feel like he's going to find it. And I think there's some joke, too, about you guys doing like a second honeymoon or like renewing your vows anyway. So if you don't find the ring, there'll be another ring for you guys.
Wow.
Everything's okay.
Wow. Wow, that is positive feedback right there. Angelina Diana is the psychic joining me right now. A couple other questions that we have to ask you. Can you give me a winner in the NFL this Sunday? No. I'm a guy who likes to put a little money down. No? No,
I really can't. But there's something about your favorite team being like totally across the country. It's not in this area. Is there something about? Are you a West Coast guy? Or?
When I worked at ESPN, I worked on a West Coast based morning show.
That's
wow.
What I'm feeling that. So did you start liking some kind of teams there because you were kind of connected to it?
I did. I started to cheer for the USC Trojans when I worked at ESPN. All right. There's my hint. Okay. Another question. What will Honey Boo Boo be when she grows up?
I really feel like she's going to be a psychologist. I have to tell you the truth because I think she's going to need some self healing, and I think she's going to help herself out with that.
Okay, my traffic girl, Teresa LaBarbera.
Oh, wow.
Will she, I know you know her.
I do, she's great.
Will she ever get married and have babies?
Yes. In fact, what I want to do, I wish she was here for me to talk to her because I feel like she's got other people around her that are baby machines.
Me!
Okay, maybe that's who it is. And I have to tell you, from her viewpoint, she's great at what she does. She's got a great career. In the next year and a half, she's going to find a balance of love and career, and I do feel like she could be a baby machine. Like
wow!
At least 3 kids.
Woo! Happy fetus!
But I have to tell you, Her family is, I don't know her personally, I just know her professionally. She's got a family.
Yes,
I really
she does.
feel there's like this beautiful family.
Their last name ends in vowels. They're Italians.
Me too, so I get it. So just know that I really feel 3 kids.
Angelina, Diana, you are amazing. We'll be back. It's Radio 104.1.